Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you my version of the Easel Star Card. I'm using my old trusted faithful Christmas foliage, the sort of spray. I'm going to use the leaves out of Summer Bloom, that leaf. Happy Birthday, just the die. Summer Blooms, and I'm afraid I hand cut them out. And I'm going to use the new Rainbow Green Sparklicious, and one of my new favourites is Tiara. And I also use a Pro Marker, Lime Green, to colour the back of the leaves so that it gives it a more vibrant colour when it comes through. I really wanted sort of the really bright green, so it just lifts the colour a little bit and makes it a bit more denser. Okay. Right, I'll show you the one that I made. It's a bit scruffy now because I've had it in and out the box and collapsing it, and find me little marks. Right, that's it. Hope you can see it okay. I did the back as well. You don't need to, but I just thought it made it a bit nicer. Okay, I'm going to use 3mm foam pads, Chloe's ones. That's the spray. I'm using this one, but I used that one. Can't remember what it's called. It's buried somewhere. Here it is. On my original one I used the wildflowers, but on the one that I'm doing today I'm using Summer Blooms. I got myself a bit confused there. Okay, so that's the one that we made, and I'll just show you how it fits into the box nicely. Right, so that just folds down. You can see where I put the cuts. I'll show you how to do that. So that folds in like that, and that one. When you actually put this together, when you stick it, just make sure that it's going to fit in the box. Doesn't matter if they go over, because they just fold down when you put the lid on, like that. Okay, you can see all the way around, and it folds really flat. Okay, so let's put that to one side. I've written myself a few notes because I did get myself in a bit of a tiz-was with it. Right, I made myself some templates, which I think took the longest to actually do than making the card. I'm just going to put this on something so that you can see it. Right, this is the base of the card. So you use an 8x8 card. The first thing I do is you cut from the crease. You want to keep the crease, so on the outside of that crease there you want to cut to the corner there. A lot of people do it on the guillotine, but I find it easier to do it like this. And then just cut straight down. Don't throw it away, because you need that later. And then do exactly the same on this one. Like that. Put that to one side as well. And that forms your base. So I'm covered in glitter everywhere. So that forms your base of your card. Okay? Pop that to one side. Over there. Let's just bring these back in. Right. This is the base, and it measures. Let me just get a bit of card so I can just show you the easiest way that I did it. Right, if you put the corner to the corner of the paper or card, and you want to measure 18.6 along there, and then 18.7 that way. Millimetres not going to make any difference. And then from there to there, with the pencil I just drew it, and then I cut it with a knife or put it on your guillotine. But you're going to need 4 of them if you're doing the insides and the outsides. But if you're just going to do the inside, you just need 2 silver. Okay, let's just show you there. Sorry about my cough. It's one of those colds that just lingered and I got left with the cough, which is really annoying. So that's your silver, which is that one there. Okay, and then we're going to do exactly the same. So remember, cut 4, and then exactly the same with the white, which is just Chloe crystal. So you do exactly the same. Put it on the corner, so you're only making 1 cut instead of putting it there and having to cut that and cut that. And you save a little bit of paper for something that you could, it's quite a big bit that you can save in the middle, do sentiments with it. So exactly the same again. Cut it, guillotine, knife. And then exactly the same, this is your pattern one. So the measurements for the white is 16.9 going up and 17.2 going across, and then that'll give you your angle to cut there. Exactly the same on this one. Just turn it over, line it up. So 15.2 that way, 15.4 that way, and this is centimetres. And then do your line, cut that. Okay, so that is for your base. And if you, again, if you're doing back and front, you need 4 of each. Okay, put that to one side. Now I've already cut mine out because it saved time. So that's the base. Now these ones are for these ones. I wrapped them up separately because I've got myself, and I wrote all over them, base, top, so that I didn't get confused. Right, so your base of your card are the ones that you chopped off from your card originally. So that is going to be this. So this is the white base. Just pop him over there. So this is one of the ones that you cut off. So exactly again, line it up to the corner, draw a line, and on this one it's 16.9, 16.5. So bottom is 16.5, the side is 16.9. That is 23.6. But if you just line it, then you don't have to worry about measuring it. Or, oh, my cat's just jumped up. I hope he's not in the shot. He's just passing through. I've actually got one of the boards that's got the lines, so you could line it up. So that's for your base. So you only want 2. So we've got 1 and 2. Okay, you only need 2. So cut those ones for that. Let's put that to there. And then the next one, we're going to go with silver. So it's exactly the same again. Into the corner of your silver. line it up. 15.5, sorry, 15.4, 15.4, do your line. And you only need 2 of these on the silver. Okay? And then white, again into the corner. So 14.6, 14.6, and that is 20.8, and just line it, cut it, and that's on white, which is the pearl crystal card from Chloe. And then the patterned one, I've just used from one of her old paper pads. I can't remember what it was from, but it was like all the nice motley ones, like tie-dye. And this is the pattern one, so it's 13.9 bottom, 13.9 side, so 19.6 on the diagonal. Cut that. Okay, so that's that. Let's just move that out of the way. I have done, afterwards I've put this up, I've done a quick diagram, but I'll write it out much more neater, and I'll put it on so you've got all the measurements and a little picture of the folded cards to cut it, to leave the, I'll do that afterwards. I did that for me really, just so I knew what I was doing, but I'll put it up so you've got reference of the measurements. Right, so I've actually pre-done mine, I've pre-cut it as much as I can, and I've glittered it because I thought it was going to take such a long time to dry. So I've done it already, so I can just put it all together for you. So let's just put some things. This is the tiara, such a pretty one. If you put it on blue, it looks blue. If you put it on pink, it looks pink. That's your leaves. I've got me silicone ready. Just using the pin flare. You can use it straight from here, but I prefer to use it from the syringe. Right, let me just get these out of the way so that I've got a bit of room. Right. There's glitter everywhere. On this one you'll see that I glittered the white underneath and the patterned on top. This one I've done it slightly different because the glitter is bigger and you wouldn't be able to see the white. So I've glittered the silver, I've left the white, and I've glittered the patterned. These ones, I've left those so that I can show you how to glitter those. I'm sure you all know by now how to do that. And I've stuck these together already. So there's 2, 2 and 2 there. And I've just got some out of my stash. I'm just going to use these ones like I did on the other ones, because I think they look really pretty. So let's pop them out of the way. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to pop some PV. I'm going to use the Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear, just to put these on and give them a chance to dry. Of course, it's not coming out. Right, so just pop. I put quite a bit in because these are quite a big base on these to stick them. So just pop that back in there. And what I do with because the embossing powder, sometimes it doesn't let it stick, I just rough it up a little bit. The glitter in there will help. Just rough the bottom up, and it helps it stick to the actual vellum. These are vellum, by the way, sorry I should have said. These are vellum, just on Chloe's white vellum. You can see it's moving the embossing powder around just helps it stick a little bit better. Right. Oh, and that'll dry clear so you won't see it all squidging out. So hopefully by the time we come to put them on they will be a little bit dry. Just leave them over there. Haven't got the radiator on so I can't exactly put them on the radiator like I normally do. Let's get rid of some of that. Right. I put the double-sided tape on the back of everything, which I shouldn't have done because I've layered that one up, but it doesn't matter. We can just pull the tape off and stick the double-sided pads to it. That's not a problem. So what I'm going to do, let's get them out of the way. Right, I'm going to do the bottom. So the bottom, just get some of it off. Right, I'm going to turn these upside down. So this is a case of just matting and layering. So I'm going to start on the outside. So I always use double-sided tape. So just line them up. If you do the doggy ears, you can move it around. Also, if you use the glue, you can squidge it around until you can get it as even as you can. And exactly the same on the other side. Okay, just place it down. Try and get your points to match if you can. No problem if you can't. Okay. Right, turn that over. Just give it a little push from the other side. And then we'll do the inside. Still with the silver. Right, move it around. Looks even. Oh, let's pull that tape off too early. Okay, no problem. We just go in. There is a bin there, I'm not putting it on the floor. Just get rid of some of that. Try and line your point up. Okay. That's that one done. Right, try and get some of the loose glitter off. Okay, so that's the way it wants to fold, so that is going to be your inside. And then we put the white on. snug fit. Okay, I think that glitter. That's it. The same on the other side. Try and line your points up as best you can. I don't do it by measurement or anything, I just look at it and just judge it. Okay, turn it over, do exactly the same. I should have done one that I prepared earlier, but I didn't think of that. Okay. I went slightly off a little bit, I'm sure it'll be alright. Okay, then we get to the pattern paper. Oh, could it have been Sugar Collection? I think it might have been the Sugar Collection. Just going to take my cardigan off. You can see it's very glittery, the tiara one. Okay, so that's the outside done. Like that. Okay, and we'll just do the inside. I love glitter, but I think I've used a bit too much on this, but never mind. Place it down, roughly line it up. Last one. big swizz. I'm going to be quite hard with it, because if it's going to come off, it'll come off. There's still lots left on there. And I would have done this hundreds of times and it still comes off, so. Oh, lost a plough, never mind. Right, so that is the inside and the outside. Okay, now this might be a little bit more complicated. Okay, so if you've got a grid mat like this on your cutting mat, it's good. You need to find 6 inches top and bottom. Place your fold on the 6-inch mark. You need to be quite accurate. If you haven't got a grid mat like this, just get your ruler, put your ruler down, place it on the 6-inch, and as long as you are straight butted up with the bottom of the card, like that, you know it's going to be top and bottom because it's flat. And then you just need to mark. Just get your measurements. So at 1 1/4, so 6 and 6. So you're going to be looking for 1 1/4 here. Run it down to here. You just want to make a little mark there. And then on the right hand side, you are looking for 10 3/4. So it should be that one. Run it down, which is that one there. What we're going to do, flip it over, and with a ruler, so put that back on the 6, upside down, as best you can. Line it up with the 10 1/4, which you've marked already. And then you're going to get your knife, or if you prefer, mark it, but only down to the silver, because you're only going to be cutting up to the silver. So the white you're going to cut, and then up through to the silver, and stop at the white. Oh, I just think you can't really see, can you? Because my hand's in the way. So I'm going to cut from here to here, through all of them. Take a couple of times. Okay? And you're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So line it up. Six. That's the 1/4. Line that up. Cut. Now you're going to need to get the card in. As you can see, I've just cut slightly a little bit more over on both sides so you can get this size of the card in the other side. So still with a ruler, just 2 millimeters, cut Now I've gone towards the fold. I'm going to go towards the fold again. And then with me tweezers, I'm just going to take it round to the back. Cut it off. Doesn't matter if you can see the white of the card. I'm just going to put my knife in, but the wrong way, so you're not going to cut anything, you're just pushing it like that. So it just evens it up a little bit. And I'm sure no one's going to notice a tiny little bit of white. Exactly the same on this one. I think some of the whites come off anyway. Just pull it through. There. You can do it with scissors. And then just poke it in. So that's your two little slits. That's with the wrong side of the knife. If you don't want to cut it, just pat it down. Okay, so that's your two little slits. Ready to put the others in. Just move that to one side. Now I'm going to put these, I'm going to pop these together. So just we'll do the one that's going underneath, which is the flat one. So you just literally got to mat and layer it up as normal. So we get a silver, a white and a patterned, and pop the others to one side. So we just mat and layer this one up. Like that. And this is your base card that you cut earlier. Made a mistake and I put sticky stuff on the back, so when the card's finished I'm just going to put another layer of white over it to cover my mistake, otherwise it doesn't look very nice on the back of a card when you see it. I don't know why I did that, I just got carried away with the double-sided tape. Down. Tight fit, but that didn't come off properly. The last one. Line that up. Okay, so that is your base, and that is your base underneath. It's going to be, most of it's going to be hidden, but you still see a few bits underneath. Okay, so that's your base. Put that to one side. So now your silver is on pads, So I'm going to take this off, because again I've got carried away with the tape. And I'm going to get some pads. Get quite a few out. Right. I always start at this corner. I do put quite a lot on because I don't like it when it sags in the middle. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I'll chop these up. Just cut diagonally. Lift a little flap if you can't see it. Okay, that's perfect size for those. So pop that to one side, and then we're going for this one as well with the pads, so just take that off. Again, shouldn't have put double-sided tape on it, but never mind. Save that one. Start from here. One, two, three, four, five. Just lift the end of that up. This one might need a little trim. Let's see. No, just. Okay, so that's that one done. And then this one just goes straight onto this one, like that. So we want to do that before we do anything else. So it's one complete unit. Okay. So bringing, now I'm going to put this one onto the base. I'm not going to put it onto the sticky because it's too sticky. So just line it up. It's perfect. So what I do, I take 3 off, 3 of the sticky, and then I line it up. I'm going to do it the other way around. So the sticky, the 3 little pads that I've taken the backing off are at the top. So you can line it up. I just hold 2 fingers on there, move it with the thumb here, so you can move it round, so you're not sticking it as yet. Just move it around until you think, yep, that's correct. And then with this finger, pop it down, so that's stuck. So you can get that exactly, and then you can lift that up slightly, and you can just go in and take off these, because every time I did it, it was really uneven. So I thought there has to be a better way than just plonking it down and hoping for the best. So I come up with this, and it works for me. I hope it'll work for somebody else as well, because there's nothing more than frustrating in putting it on and it's really uneven. A couple of millimetres doesn't matter, but when you're like ½ an inch, it looks really horrible. So I'm pleased with that. Okay, it is slightly out there, but it is literally millimetres, so I'm not going to worry about that. And then I'll do exactly the same with this. I take off 3, or actually I'm going to take off 4 on this one. I'll do exactly the same again. Hold it with this finger, move it with these, lay it down, hold it, and then go in this way and take off the extra bits. Don't want it to stick down just yet until I get all the back of the pads off. Right, that's stuck down. Some of that. Okay, now this bit, I can't remember what I stuck. Oh, it was double-sided tape I stuck them with. So this is your top and this is your bottom bit. So I'm just having that for reference because I got myself in the mix last time. So you want to put the one with the foam pads on the top of the flat one. So just place it on top so it's identical, and then just do with your 2 thumbs on top, other fingers underneath, just do that, and then get your bottom of your box. You can see there's, I don't know, 2 centimetres. There's a bit. You can have as much or as little as you want, but just make sure it fits in your box like that. You can go a tiny little bit more. Still fits. So then turn it over, get a pencil, just mark it. Okay, so you know where to stick the tape for one underneath. And two, so it just gives you guidelines where to put it back. Okay, so it's going to look like that, which is, it's very similar. It's not the same, but it's very similar. Okay, just move him out of the way, he's in the way. So I'm going to turn that over. I'm going to put my double-sided tape, and in the middle as well I am going to put a little bit of PVA. Right, now ignore this tape on the outside because that shouldn't be there, okay? So pretend that's not there. You're concentrating on this. So just peel back your doggy ears if you're using tape. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of this in the middle. Get some of the glue off. Now, you want to line it up with your pencil marks. So, doesn't matter if you're slightly off, it's just to give you a guide to where to stick it. And I think I'm gonna go with that. It's not 100%, but I'm quite happy with that. And just stick it. And then you can pull your bits out. Like that. Okay. That we can still work on it because we've got double-sided tape. We don't have to wait for the glue to dry or anything. So here I've put a tiny little pencil mark here, and underneath this leaf, I don't know if you can see it there's a tiny little pencil mark there. That is to give you a guide of where to put your front of the card into there. Let's see if I haven't done it right because it's wobbly. Let's see. When you need to, let me get the proper one. Right. So this one, I'm just going to exactly copy my one. I will give you the measurement for this. So the first little one is 2 3/4, and that goes on the underneath one. So 2 3/4, tiny little pencil mark. Then the other one, which is underneath the green leaf, which is here on this bit. I'm going to get the ruler to measure that. And that is 2 marks under the 3 inches. So 2 marks under the 3 inches, and that is the top one that you're using. So 2 marks, oh I haven't got marks on here. Let's see if I can do it on this. It's a bit more accurate. Right. No, it's going to be better with a ruler. So 2 marks under the 3 inches, which is that there, just on the start of the 3. So that just gonna is from the pointy end here. Yeah, from the pointy end here, not the square. So pointy end, 3 marks, 2 marks under, is there. Now it really doesn't matter if your measurements are slightly off, because once you've done that, if you want to put it here and here, you can. It just makes it wider when it's out. But the more you put it a little bit higher, I'll just show you. We've still got a bit of work to do yet. It's not. So the lower you put it down, it's going to be touching the table. So if you put it up, it will be higher and you'll get space underneath. Now we've done our little mark, so now you've got foam pads that are underneath, so you need to cut, and I just did that with a foam pad with a pair of tweezers. So I just went in, got the foam pad, twisted it and pulled it out. You can just see, just slightly. So you want to go in, stab the foam pad, twist it, pull it out. It's a couple of millimetres. So, and if it doesn't fit, then you adjust it. It was a lot of trial and error. Just make sure. Yeah. Right, so that goes to there, and that goes in to there. Like that. Okay, you can see. Show you the back. Okay, ignore my strips of double-sided tape. I will cover them. Okay. And then it's just a case of, to decorate the front, take it off of this. You will, these bits here will fold over, but that's because they're too big to go in the actual card. I don't have a problem with them just folding up, but if you want to, you could cut them off, but then you're going to change the shape of the card. So if it was me, leave them on. They are going to bend a little bit when you put the card on top, but I think that's okay. Once the card front is on, you're not going to see them because they'll be underneath. So then it's just a case of layering up all your bits and bobs. So let's get this one out. Right, I think it's 6 of these. The bottom ones I did cut to get them in, so let's just say, make sure I've got 6. Yeah, so we've got 6 of them. I think it's 14 of these. I have got more. I got a little bit excited and did too many. But just go through my notes just to make sure I've remembered everything to tell you. Yeah, green leaves is 14. The sprays is 6. Closed white vellum, heat-proof acetate, which these are the sprays are on. Wow Opaque bright white Wow powder, which is that one there. Okay, I think that's everything I needed to tell you. at the moment. So let's just get building. What did I do with that? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, let me just quickly show you this. So, when I do the edges, let's just use my notes for the minute. Right, there's two ways that I do it, two ways. I hold the flower with my tweezers and just go around the edge. Like that. I'll dunk it in. Like that. Or just depends what I feel like on the day. Put it all the way around and then put it over. It comes out exactly the same, but just depends what I feel like on the day. But I tend to hold them with the tweezers. Let's get that back in the pot. Okay. Let's put that back in there. Right. Let's get rid of the little bits that are on there. Okay, so I'll pop the, are they dry? Not 100%, but we can work with them. Just squish them up a little bit. Okay, let's put them down. At the end I'll show you from scratch how to do a flower. So I put the flowers down first. I'm going to angle them up a little bit, like that. And then we pop these in. And these ones I'll cut off turn them over, and where the last one comes down to, I just cut off, okay, we'll use that one in a minute. Check where right, it's there, so cut there. We still use that one because that will go down there. So in between the white here and your silver, just want to lay it down like that. So a little bit of silicone here and on that one. There. Exactly the same again. See where the last one is and cut it. This one's going there, so you want it on the bottom and on that one. Do you want want to go too far over. The more you press, the more they will stick up. Exactly the same with this one. Just place it down first before you put silk on, just to make sure. Yeah. So no one's going to see all the bits underneath. Yeah. Put that one there. Just hold it in place like that. Okay, that's your first bit there. Don't have to do it exactly the same as my one, but I am tending to do it the same. I'm just going to put my mobile phone thing just to hold it. Perfect. Right, next one of these. It's all complete, but still chop the end off and place it where you want it to go. I'm going to put that one just there, lift up that little petal, and that's going to go there. Just put that one in there. Like that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one I have got to, I use this one first because I chopped the end off it. So that one's going to go there. No tweezers for this one. But then if you want to squeeze it in a little bit. So, right, see if I can use this one without cutting one of these little arms off. Don't think it'll work, but we'll see. No, it's not going to work, so we've got to chop one of his little arms off, and then we can chop it down a bit further. So that one will go in there. Like that. Just by the side of the bottom flower. Okay, so that's that bit. You can, if you want to add these little arms in, you can, to save wasting them. I don't know where I will put them, so I'm just going to leave them out for a bit. Right, and then your leaves. I'm going to count 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, I've got 2 spare. So with these ones, just leave them whole, you don't need to chop anything off. But I'll just put some silicone on the bottom of some of them. So all you've got to do then is just pick them up. Right, so, and then I'll pick them up with the tweezers because I find it easier to use the tweezers to start putting them in. So yeah, just start placing them. here. Remember, if you pop them in and leave them, mine tend to fall back out. So I pop them in and squidge the bottom down. It makes them stick up a little bit and it makes it adhere. So they don't have a chance to fall back out. Maybe one in there. I've put the silicone on all of them, so I'm going to use them all. I'm going to try and sneak a little one in there if I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. We'll give it a go. Very delicately, he's in there. Where else can we put one? There's quite a few here. Can I go around there? It's slightly different. It's a different flower to the one that I used, so before, just tuck a little one in there. Don't need as many. I've glued them, so I'm going to use them. Last one. Right. Where are we going to put him? I'm going to put him there. If you've used a lot of silicone, remember, don't hold it up too long because sometimes they slide off, as I found out. But that's that. Oh, there's one there with glue on it. Where are we going to put him? Put him down there. Didn't like it now. Let's put a bit more in there. Right, where are we going to put him? I know they say less is more, but with me, more is more. So I'm just going to put him in there. That's it. Well, I'm just going to get tissue to get rid of that. Silicone comes off pretty easy. That's it, done. Right, then we've got the happy birthday. I just cut that out of the Chloe's crystal white. So I'll just get some. Okay, so let's give it some glitter off my hand. You don't really want that on it. So, you probably all know this, but make a fist. This is, I find, the easiest way when you're doing some of the intricate ones. Just pop it all over. And then you're not getting too much on. You want to make sure you get it on the ends. Okay. Doesn't matter, you've put it all over, it doesn't matter, it's going to dry clear and you won't see it. So then just pop it there, like that. Just hold the little wire onto there. Okay, that'll dry and then you can have fun peeling it off. Okay. So, the moment of truth. Don't forget you've got your little mark there, you've got your little mark there. I'm not going to put it on there for too long because I don't want anything slipping off, but I've got to show you the final finished card. And there it is. Okay, hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be doing the next one soon. Just show you all the way around. Okay, this bit will be covered as I said before because of my boo-boo. Okay, lovely and sparkly. And I will put the instructions on all written out nice and neat. Okay, thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye. Okay, I'm just going to show you how to do the flowers quickly. This is the medium size summer bloom. So I'm just going to, excuse the state of the pad, it's really hot. Right, I'm just going to, I'm only going to do a little bit because I'm just going to show you two. This is the anti-static. I wipe it and then I just give it a little pat. Oh, this isn't going to stick, it's going to be one of those. Let me get a nicer. Ah, this one's better. I think I need to give my stamps a bit of a clean, really. Okay. Okay, put that to one side. Put your lid on your wow powder before you start to heat anything up. Scrap paper I'm looking for. Okay. The white opaque. Lid back on, just in case accidents happen. And then I heat this up for a little bit before I put it on so that you're not burning the paper. Chloe Vellum, this one. Where's my snippets gone? Silly me, tidied up. Oh, here they are. Right. I know there is dyes for these, but I don't tend to use the dyes very often. I tend to cut them out by hand. I can never get them lined up properly. Just cut slightly a little bit further in. Tweezers, just pop them in the middle, give them a good twist. I do this before I put the glitter on the ends, otherwise you've got to wait for the glitter to dry before you can twist them, and just fold them in on themselves. Fold this one first, doesn't really matter what way you do it. And of course, if you put the glitter on first and you twist them after, you're going to lose quite a bit of your glitter. Okay, you will find they crack. Don't worry about that. Okay, then as before, I've got one I prepared earlier. And I'm going to get on me Chloe's trick, a marble. I'm going to layer this one up 3 times so that you can see it. Right, we need that. So just on the edge. You don't have to be quite precise with this one because the glitter's quite big and it covers quite a lot. So this time I'm just going to sprinkle it over instead of dunking it in. Yeah, that's alright. Nice big chunks on there. I'm going to do that again. That's better. That's better. So, put the glue out of the way. This one's not so bad getting it back in the pot, but the new ones, oh my god, I was covered, it was everywhere. This being one of them, rainbow green. I've just got to show you. The pots are packed so full Give it a good tap. Tap as you're putting it in. A little bit at a time. And there's still quite a bit in there. It's not going to all go back in. Might have to have an extra pot to put the remnants in. Oh, it's not too bad. The first time I did it, well, it was just horrendous. Good value for money, I have to say. Right. And then I'm going to use a thicker one. So, as we're layering up, just a little bit. And as I said before, just rough it up. So it's got something to stick to. And then put that on there. Right, off-centered. And then this one, off-centered again. Oh, that was the wet one. Pop that in. Leave that for half an hour or so. And that will be ready to scrunch up, puff up. Maybe have to do a bit of scrunching and puffing now. And then pop that in. You can see once vellum gets wet with the glue, it tends to want to curl up anyway. Leave that for half an hour or so. 10 minutes on the radiator at 24 degrees. I think that's all I need to show you for this one. Can't think of anything else. Oh, there was something else. I'm just going to show you the one that we made, the pink one. I'm going to show you how our measurements that we've used fits in the box quite nicely. Right, it's still drying, but pop him that way round, and then just move him in slightly. So these, don't forget, will just fold in, and once you take them back out again, they will just pop back into shape. For this one, it's a bit taller, so you might need a deeper box, but it fits. I always put a ribbon round mine, like diagonal with a bow, and then once you take it off, they just pop back up again. Okay? Thank you for watching.